On a farm in Kansas during the summer of 2000, an investigator was moving a sealed 55-gallon chemical drum. It tipped over. A thin red line appeared along the seam, and a fly landed. They opened the barrel. Then they opened a second one. Later, at a Missouri storage facility, they found 3 more. Inside were the remains of 5 women, all of them killed with blunt force, locked away in the dark for years. The man who put them there was John Edward Robinson. On paper, he was a church-going husband, a father of 4, and a community volunteer. Growing up, he was an Eagle Scout who even traveled with his troop to London and shook hands with the Queen. He also holds a dark place in history. He is the first serial killer known to use the internet to hunt human beings. Robinson approached the early internet with the eye of a veteran con artist. He integrated the World Wide Web into his existing operations, using the anonymity of the digital frontier to refine his methods of hunting and exploitation. Long before he logged online, Robinson spent the 1980s as a career con man. Embezzlement, fraud, fake shell companies. He realized early on that he possessed a specific gift. He was remarkably good at making people trust him, and he had no moral boundaries regarding how he used that trust. He targeted vulnerable women looking for a way out. In 1984, he lured 19-year-old Paula Godfrey with the promise of a well-paying travel job. The following year, he approached Lisa Stassi, a young mother living in a shelter, offering housing and stability. After he killed them, he deployed a cover-up method. He typed out letters to their families, forging the women's signatures to say they were fine and had simply moved on. It worked. The families stopped looking. His extraction of resources didn't stop at their bank accounts. When he murdered Lisa Stassi, she had a newborn baby girl named Tiffany. Robinson took the infant, forged official adoption paperwork, and handed her over to his own brother and sister-in-law for $5,500 in legal fees. This analog pipeline functioned efficiently. He extracted money, sold a child, and erased his victims from the physical world. Robinson was released from prison in 1993, just as the first public internet service providers were gaining traction. He logged on and immediately found a new way to operate. The unregulated chat rooms of the early 90s provided exactly what he needed. He gravitated toward online BDSM communities, seeking out women who were already keeping their relationships secret from their families, communicating in a framework of control and submission. He created an account under the name Slave Master. Online, he played the role of an experienced, wealthy international businessman. He spent months building trust, offering these women financial security, world travel, and a formalized arrangement. Women left their homes to join him. Beverly Bonner left her husband in 1994, and Robinson collected her monthly alimony checks for years. Sheila Faith moved to Kansas with her 15-year-old disabled daughter. Robinson murdered them both, then continually cashed the daughter's government disability checks. This sequence maps how his upgraded operation functioned. He lured women online, murdered them, forged digital proof of life through emails, and harvested their financials. A self-sustaining cycle. The internet removed the physical constraints of his hunting process. His established pattern of manipulation and extraction could now function invisibly across state lines, fueled by the anonymity of a dial-up connection. By 1999, the machinery finally started producing errors. 2 separate Kansas City area police departments noticed Robinson's name surfacing in overlapping missing persons cases. At the same time, 2 women who had met him online and survived his physical assaults came forward to police. Investigators arrested him in June 2000, executed search warrants, and finally found the source of the chemical smell on his farm. With his arrest, a truth surfaced for his own family. The baby he sold 15 years earlier had grown up. Her name was Heather Robinson. At 15 years old, she learned that the man she had called Uncle John her whole life had murdered her biological mother. She also realized exactly how close she came to the same fate. Shortly before his arrest, at a family wedding, Robinson pulled 15-year-old Heather aside. He asked her invasive questions and offered to buy her a plane ticket so she could come stay with him, alone. As she put it later, if the police hadn't intervened when they did, she would have ended up in one of those barrels. The digital age provided a frictionless platform for a predator who already viewed human beings, including his own family, as consumable resources.
True Files Archive.